And hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Shimmy Bar Life. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so below. I hope you're feeling well and I hope you're ready for today. If you notice, I'm back inside my living room today. That's because I really want to go ahead and go back to those Caddy Corner teasers. If this is your first time watching this video and you're wondering what is a Caddy Corner teaser, I suggest you go back to the video that I did before this one, which is in the title, says Caddy Corner teasers. Go ahead and do that one, familiarize yourself with the movement, and then come back to this video, or you could stay with this video as well. This, of course, is my dog, Abby. I have her brother, Benjamin, behind me. He's napping. And then I have the family cat, Maria, also known as Your Royal Highness. So just because I'm inside, every once in a while, these guys like to voice their opinion. So please forgive them if they do. Today we're going to be using, of course, weights. They're always optional. I always go no higher than 3 pounds is really pushing it, but 2 is my favorite. But if you want to go higher, you can. It's up to you. Of course, have your towel ready in the event that you need back support when we do teasers or any other exercise, or neck support. If you have the small ball that I've used before, that's even better for your lower back. So let's get started. So we're going to go ahead and get started warming up by going to, of course, the tabletop, which is one of my favorites. And Abby's going to stay here to help me. So let's go ahead, and of course, I don't have my French doors, which I use the reflection to make sure that I'm aligned correctly, so I'm watching myself in the camera. Shoulders, elbows, wrists, hips, and knees, engage that core. Let's go ahead and do some cat-cow. So inhale, we arch our backs, we look up, and then we exhale, we tuck it all in. If you notice that I do this one a lot, it's probably one of my favorites, actually. Very slowly, move one vertebra at a time. I'm going to do this a couple more times. And one last time, really warming up that spine, waking ourselves up. Yes, I do record in the morning. And let's come back to a tabletop. Now notice my right leg is on the knee and my foot is pointed up. This is called the wagging tail, or the doggy wagging tail. Do this one very slowly, because if you do it really fast, you can get a little dizzy. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and look to the right, move our leg or a foot to see it, and then we're going to move to the left to take a view of our foot. It's a nice little spinal twist, a great stretch, and this is what you're doing, is this motion, going back and forth like you're a happy puppy, wagging your tail. I would not recommend doing this one really fast because you can get nauseous or dizzy. And besides, this is a stretch and it feels amazing. So I like to take my time, inhale and exhale through each movement. And let's go ahead and stop it here and do the other side. This is called wagging tail. You can really feel that stretch to your obliques, that nice spinal twist there. Don't forget to breathe. It just feels really good. And after yesterday's Caddy Corner teasers, you're really going to feel the stretch today. And then let's take this last one right here. And bring it down, big toes together, knees apart, come into a child's pose. My little Abby's in the way. And stretch it out, really elongate that body. Get it ready. And roll it up. Now we're going to do another stretch also It's a stretch exercise, but it also kind of tests your balance here. So for this one, we are going to go side plank. Be very careful with this one. Take your time. You can also use your forearm. I'm going to go ahead and use my full arm. So when I'm on my full arm, this is what happens when you have a dog. You have to work around your dog. So when you have a full arm, notice how my arm is on a diagonal. Be very mindful that it's not right underneath, right here. So shoulders, elbow, wrist. When you come up, you're gonna come up full, engaging that core, lifting up your heart, reaching for the sky, and hold this pose. 2 and 3. Right here is when it gets tricky. Your top leg is gonna go in a passe. Woo! You might shake a little bit like I am right now, and just hold this pose for 3, 2, and 1, and slowly come down. We have 2 more of those. Take your time doing that one. Again, you could do it in your forearm. Be very mindful. Watch that shoulder, that you don't sink in. Keep that shoulder away from your ears. Really engage that core. When you are ready, go ahead and put that top leg on a passe. You may shake a little bit, but that's a good thing. 2. Find that balance first, find that stretch, and then when you're ready, and hold it for 3 breaths. And come down very slowly. Now notice how I'm coming down. I'm not plopping down. It's control. Pilates is a controlled movement. So please try to avoid that. If you did plop down, that's okay. I'll give you a slide today. But your goal is to control it down and come off that pose very slowly. Number 3. And you lift. Really engage that core. And when you're ready, 2 and 3. And come back down very slowly. Woo, give yourself a nice little shake there in that arm. Again, be very mindful of your wrist. If you're having wrist issue, come down on your forearm. But we're not done yet. Now we're gonna go with a plank. Again, I gotta adjust to my little doggy here. So for the plank, we're gonna go ahead. Again, you could go on your forearm, extend those legs, engage that core, and lift. And we hold this pose. From right here, again, we're gonna passe, same leg, and hold it for 3, 2, 1. Come back to that plank. Again, for 3, 2, 1. Come back to that plank. Last time, passe. For 3, how you doing? 2, 1. Come back to that plank, hold it. And slowly come out of it. Ooh, back into that child's pose. Stretch it out. Good job. Other side. Because my fur daughter here is in the way, I'm going to be a little catty cornered because she's comfortable and I don't want to disturb her. So again, now remember, you always have a strong side and a weaker side. That's just a human body. So in case you know, it's always easier on this side, it's harder on that side. That's just a human body. So again, we prepare. Make sure that I'm aligned here. And then we lift. And then we hold this pose. And then when you're ready, passe. 1, 2, oops, and 3. Bring it down very slowly. Woo! I may be indoors, but I'm starting to sweat here. How you doing? Number 2, let's go. Get into that pose. Passe for 3, 2, and 1. slowly release. And the third one. That's my male dog crying because my husband's outside, so, but he's fine. He just got back from a long run. Third one here, we lift and we hold for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Give yourself a little break if you need to, because we're gonna do those planks. We're gonna do the passe again, but this time we're gonna do it in a plank. It's just the last of the sequence. So find that plank. Sorry, Abby. I need the space now. Find that plank. We hold it. Passe for 3, 2, and 1. Release to that plank. 2, 3, 2, 1. Right here, hold this plank. Last one, guys, come on, stay with me. We hold for 3, 2, and 1. Hold this plank here and slowly release into a child's pose. Good job. Stretch it out. Roll it up. From right here, we're going to go ahead and circle our wrists. And then change the circle. Stretch out those wrists. Again, if you were having wrist issues, do them in your forearm. You can always do this in your forearm. You could also do these against the wall. You could plank yourself against the wall. That's gonna be a little bit easier on your wrists and on your forearms. You're still getting a great exercise because of the alignment. As long as you use the proper muscles, you can still do that exercise. So, as I mentioned many times before in all my videos, don't never be afraid to modify. Modify if you need to. So, from right here, we're gonna go ahead and wake up those abs. Oops, I wanna face this way. We're gonna wake up those abs using ab roll-ups. Again, you have the option of using those weights if you want to. You don't have to, but you want to challenge yourself, you can. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay down on my back. Abby, excuse me. You're in my shot, girl. Come on. Go lay down. Come on. Okay, well, you can still see me. So my arms are extended, my feet are pointed. Engage the core, and then we lift. And this is Benjamin, my male dog. And then we're back down. So if you've been doing this with me from the very beginning, you should be a little stronger now. Really engage. Engage that core. Point those toes. Make sure you're looking down. This is 3. And Abby is a scene stealer. 2. And the last one right here. But this time, instead of going all the way down, I need you to sit up nice and tall. Keep it right here. So I kind of threw a little curveball at you. Keep it right here so you're sitting nice and tall. Tailbone straight down, shoulders away from your ears. Lift up your heart. Expand your wings. Spinal twist. We inhale. And then we exhale. We inhale. We inhale. And one last go around. Okay, Abby, come on. Come on, girl. Run up, run up. Go. And then we hold it right here. Okay, Abby, say hi to the camera, but I need you to, come on, girl. Come on. Go, go lay down. Okay, intermission. Sorry about that. They love the attention. So we just got done with spinal twist. So right here, we're gonna go to those caddy corner teasers like we did yesterday. Now, you do have the option of using the weight. Now remember, it may be a 2-pound weight, but these little guys could turn heavy real quickly. Proceed with caution. If you want that extra challenge, go ahead and do so. If not, you don't have to. Now yesterday when we did the caddy corner teasers, we were to our side. Your hips are stacked, meaning right on top of each other. They're not open because you're gonna flop looking up, and they're not closed if you're gonna flop looking down. That happened to me once, and I landed right on my hip bone. Wasn't funny, it hurt. So be very mindful. If you're having trouble keeping that balance, look at my bottom leg. Bend that knee to where the heel's closer to your bum, or you could jackknife your legs where they're forward, but your hips are still stacked, no matter which one you choose. So, Caddy corner teasers. Of course, this hand here, I'm not sure you can see in the camera, I'm pretty much cut off, but that's okay. It just slides, it doesn't do anything because you're using this muscle right here, your obliques, to lift caddy corner. So when we begin the first one, we inhale up, and here you are. And then we exhale down. Look how slow I'm going down. Fully control. We go up and down. We go up, ooh, and down. 3 more. Up, really squeeze those obliques, and down. Don't scrunch the nose like I just did, and down. Now the last one, we're gonna hold it here. Watch my feet. I'm gonna change. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it and come back down and stretch it out. Yes, that felt amazing. That feet movement is a ballet or a bar movement. I believe the proper term is change when you're switching. Other side. That was a quick break. Other side. Again. Oops, let me tuck in my shirt here. There we are. Again, hips are stacked. And then we begin. We inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up. As I mentioned before, one side's always stronger than the other, and that's okay. 3 more. Up. And then we're going to hold it. Hold it right here. Change. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come back down. And stretch it out. We're going to go ahead and lay on our backs. Really elongate the body. Hands above your head. Your toes are pointed. Really stretch it out. And then come back, grab your hands behind your knees and roll yourself up. Whew. So those are caddy corner teasers. So the reason why it's better to do it inside as opposed to the concrete, because your backhand needs to glide behind you, and the concrete's not really good for your fingernails and the high device against it. However, we're gonna go back. We're still working on our core, as always. Grab your weights if you have them. If you don't have them, you can always use canned goods or bottled water. You can always put me on pause, run to your pantry, grab what you need, and come on back. But however, we're gonna go ahead back to those teasers. Again, this time we're facing forward. If you need support, if you have a towel or a small ball, right here. But watch your posture. Please don't lean against the towel for support. You gotta lift up that heart. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with having a little help. Nothing wrong with that. So have a weight in hand. We did this on the last video, and I want to do it again because it was a good one. It was a good one. But this time we're going to add the tanjay to make it a little challenging. So again, come back into that pose. This is how I like to start. Lift up my heart, tailbone down, engage my core. I'm looking up in the caddy corner, so I'm not really blocking my airway. Find that balance. And then let go. Grab your weight, and we're going to interchange for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold this pose, hold this pose. Other side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. Hold it here. We're going to tap for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And slowly release. Ooh. Take a moment, take a breather. Now, if you are having trouble keeping that teaser, I have a little modification for you. You could always keep your toes tapped to the ground. Here you are. As long as you maintain that posture, you're still getting a good workout. Your lower back is getting the support. However, what I don't want to see is when they do an exercise and they're trying really hard, but they start losing their alignment. So they start to cave in, your shoulder starts to come in, your rib starts to curve, and then your legs start to hang. This isn't correct. You gotta maintain that posture. So my suggestion, if you're having trouble with the weights, entertaining the weights, don't use the weights. Keep that posture. You can move your hands. Move your hands. That's just as good. Woo. However, that was another quick break. Now we're going to go to the changes. So the changes, again, you're moving your feet like a ballet dancer. We're going to find that balance, find that alignment. Now I have my hands behind my knees. Extend your legs. Now when you're ready, let go and change. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release. Ooh. We have 2 more to go. Oh yes, I know. Come back. Again, find that posture. Woo. And change for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Woo, that was a good one. I'm starting to sweat here. We have 1 more. Now for this particular pose, some folks are very flexible and they can really bring the legs straight up. You do what's best for you. Ready? We extend. Last one right here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Hold this pose. If you need to grab behind your knees, go ahead and do it. Hold this pose for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, ooh, that feels good. Stretch it out. We're gonna go on our bellies to stretch it out. So from right here, my feet are about hip width apart, my forehead's to the mat, my arms are right next to me. I'm gonna inhale and I'm gonna lift myself up and really stretch it out. Really engage that core so your lower back should not be hurting. You're a beautiful swan, and then slowly come back down. Ooh, that feels amazing. Inhale up. And exhale down. Couple more times. And one last time. Now we're going to go ahead and lift our legs. For this one, you go ahead and rest your forehead on the mat or put your hands in front and rest them like a pillow. So your legs, you're really going to engage that core. So when you lift and then slowly release and then lift, inhale and exhale. Inhale up. And one more time, inhale up. Now we're going to go ahead and alternate. So because I don't have room where I am right now, normally I extend my arms and we lift up and then we lift the legs. I want to bring my hands to behind my head. Like so. So I'm going to lift up. And then now my legs. Upper torso. Lower torso. Upper torso. Lower. And last round right here. Up. And then lower. And slowly release. Take a breather right here. Ooh, that should feel amazing on your lower back. Just take a breather. Few more breaths. And then slowly come up to your knees. Whew. So I always like to do those, especially when we do a lot of teasers. It just does the opposite movement, but it feels amazing on your lower back. Now again, your lower back should not be hurting. Take that as a cue. Make sure that core is engaged at all times, especially when we're on our bellies. A lot of folks tend to release their bellies. Engage that core. So I always take that as a cue. It happens to me as well sometimes when I get too involved in the exercise or I'm too busy talking to the class, I forget and I kind of lose my alignment in my posture, and then my lower back's like, hey, it hurt. So always have that core engaged. I'm gonna go ahead and stay on my knees because I really want to stretch out our obliques. So from right here, I'm gonna walk my hands to the left side as I lean to my right and really give yourself a nice, good stretch. My dogs are locked up in a room. I apologize for that. They sure do love the attention. So give yourself a nice little stretch here. Again, walk your hands and just kind of lean back, push the body away. You're going to feel that stretch on the opposite side. Walk it over. And slowly release. But we're not quite done yet. We have another sequence to do. Of course, it does involve plank. Why do you do so much planking? Because it really focuses on your core, on your alignment. You want upper body strength. It just really does it all in one. So for this one, we're going to do the reverse plank when we look up. So from right here, so be very mindful with this one. Again, we're going to do 3. We're going to hold it for 6 breaths. Now, when I say 6 breaths, I mean, that's 1. That's 2. Please don't do this. Okay, I'm done. You're not challenging yourself. Yes, I know it's hard, but challenge yourself. Breathe through the exercise. So I'm going to go ahead and get myself ready. If you're coming full like me, make sure that that wrist, elbow, and shoulders are one straight line. Make sure your neck is aligned with your spine. If you want to go the little extra step, you could dip your neck back as long as you're not compromising your breathing. So from right here, we prepare. We inhale, engage that core. Inhale to prepare, and we go up. And we hold it for 6 breaths. When you come down, look how slowly I'm coming down. Ooh, take your time, shake it off. Again, if your wrists are bothering you, go to your forearm. Make sure your fingers are facing your feet. They're not caddy corner and they're not behind you. They're facing your feet. Number 2. Work at your pace though. Inhale, prepare. in case you're wondering, do I engage my glutes as well? Absolutely. Use those glutes to help you out. However, you're lifting with your core. Number 3, this is the last one. You got this. Come on. Come on, number 3. Inhale to prepare. And slowly release. Ooh, good job. Go ahead and cross your legs. Circle those wrists. Circle out, circle in. Go ahead and stretch them out. Now, some folks cannot do the reverse plank, whether in their forearms or in their full arm. If you cannot do this particular exercise, what I advise you to do is go back and do the other plank where you're facing down. You could do that as well, or you could do a side plank and hold it for 6 breaths, go back to the other side and hold it for 6 breaths. If this one's a little bit too hard for you, instead of just sitting down, skipping this one out, find an alternative. Keep the body moving. Sometimes I cannot do a certain exercise. I'll show the class or I'll show my private client. And if I can't do it, I'll sit back, I'll do something else. But the important is that sometimes some exercises are hard to do. And that's just, it's common. There's nothing wrong with that. Just don't sit it out. Do something else or do a stretch or go into Savasana where you relax your body, which we're about to do right now, although this is Pilates, but I do like to use Savasana just to kind of cool the body down after that. But my point is, keep moving. Keep the body moving. Choose any stretch you want or do an ab exercise while we're doing this one. Keep moving. So we're going to go into a little Savasana here. We're going to lay down on our backs. Make sure that lower back is imprinted. Your shoulders, your hips, feet are even weight. And I just want you to just let it go. Really set that weight on your mat. Take a few breathers. The one thing I love about this practice, that you don't need so many reps because the exercise itself is hard, but you definitely feel it. Yesterday when we did those Caddy corner, where I recorded the day before, I really felt it the next day. So I hope you did as well, and you're benefiting from the exercise. So from right here, we're going to go ahead and kind of bring our arms above our head, really stretch it out. Give yourself a nice long stretch. Continue to breathe. And bring the arms down. So from right here, your chin is facing up, so you have that space between your chin and your chest. On the inhale, you're going to go ahead and bring your chin to your chest. What you're doing now is elongating your spine. I can't breathe right now. And then exhale, bring that chin up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. And then one more time. Bring your knees to your chest. Rock yourself back and forth. Go ahead and put your hands down, palm down. And you're going to drop your knees to one side of your body. Your shoulders are pinned. Go as far as you could go and then hold this pose. It's an amazing stretch. Just breathe while you're holding this pose. No rush. On your next inhale, bring it back. Inhale down, I'm sorry, that was your next exhale, then inhale, bring it down. I'm too relaxed here now. Just hold this pose as you stare into the ceiling or have your eyes closed. And come back to center. Rock yourself back and forth. Put your hands behind your knees and roll yourself up. Come into a butterfly pose. That means the bottom of your feet are touching. You're sitting up nice and tall. Don't cave in your shoulders like I'm doing right now. Sit up nice and tall and then lean forward, leaning with your heart. Ooh, opening up those hips, really elongating that spine. If you have tight hips, this is for you. And just breathe. Make sure I'm doing good for time. A few more breaths. And then slowly release. Ooh, so those are Caddy Corner teasers. Again, I usually add on to that, so don't be surprised at the next video I'm back in this living room. If I am back in this living room, it means two things. We're doing Caddy Corner teasers, or it's raining outside, or three things. I overslept. But I'm glad, I hope that you enjoy those. You are going to feel those. If you're having difficulty doing those, that's okay. Keep practicing. My suggestion is go back to the video before this one. Practice it then. Continue to do it until your body will remember, called muscle memory, but you have to use those muscles right here. The trick with that one is most people tend to use their shoulders, or they use momentum. They use this arm here to lift themselves up. So if you caught yourself doing that, that's okay. I'll let it slide. However, when you go back to it, it's your obliques. You gotta use those oblique muscles to make them work. So I really thank you so much for being a supporter, for joining in, watching my videos. I get a great pleasure of doing these videos for you. I do miss my class. Hopefully someday we'll get to see each other again, and I don't know if we'll go back to some sort of normalcy, but there's gonna be a lot of changes that I am fully aware. Another thing I wanna point out is my mat. Some people ask me which mat is best to use. For Pilates, the thicker mat is a lot more comfortable because we tend to be on the floor more. The thinner ones are yoga mats. But however, whichever works best for you. To me, there's no right way or wrong way. I prefer the thicker one when I'm on the floor a lot. Again, with the weights, 3 pounds is pushing it, 2 pounds, 1 or 2 pounds is best. You want to go higher, you can. Just remember that we do a lot of small repetitions, so the weights do tend to get a little bit heavier. So there you have it. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. I apologize for my fur babies. My husband kind of took them away, and Her Royal Highness is still asleep doing what she does best. So again, stay healthy, stay safe. Until next video, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.